All right, so after a long break from this game to stream other games, I'm back with Elden Ring, and this is going to be a different stream, this different type of stream this time. This is a sort of a boss rush slash challenge run. Where the idea is I picked out a few of the more notorious bosses from both the base game and the DLC, and I'm actually playing this on a modded save file so that it's possible to fight these things basically back to back. So there's not going to be really any level exploring or anything like that. It's just going to be boss fight after boss fight after boss fight, like just straight up like that. So like I said, I am using a modded save file so that there's not like hours of level exploring in between bosses. I can just go straight from one to the other. And also my character has the stats to be able to use a variety of weapons, because the other part of this is that I'm not going to use the same weapon more than once. Every boss fight is going to be a different weapon, and I'm not going to use any of the weapons that I used in my previous stream of Elden Ring either. I like to experiment with different styles, so yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing here. And to warm up, I'm going to make the first boss Melania. And normally when fighting Melania, I like to keep a distance. I like to use a weapon that has a long reach, because her weapon has long reach. So I try to like outpace her when it comes to that. But to make things more fair for Melania and to give her a fighting chance, I'm going to be using hands and feet. So let's do that. This is one of the new martial arts styles from the DLC. And yeah, I'm going to be playing dressed as basically a Sauron lookalike. Let me see. Okay, I got my talismans. Cool. All right, let's do this. This boss gave me so much trouble my first playthrough of this game.
My flesh was dull gold, and my blood rotted.
I think she gave everyone a lot of trouble.
Corpse after corpse left in my wake. As I awaited his return.
She's a completely optional boss, so they really ramped up the difficulty with her.
Heed my words. I am Melania, Blade of Mikola.
And yeah, as you can guess by the helmet, she's blind, so she doesn't need...
I have never known defeat.
So the fact that her eyes are covered up is no problem. Ooh, missed. Okay. Off to a okay start. All right, what are you gonna do here? If I wait for the frostbite to wear off, I can reapply it. Yep, there goes her infamous move. Ah. Whoa. All right. Come on. I have a feeling she's gonna do that. Yep. Figured she was gonna do that again. All right. That's phase one. The fact that there's a second phase came as such a shock to a lot of people when this game first came out and people were experiencing this for the first time. Because she took a lot of people hundreds of tries just to get through the first phase, and then to be told basically that there's a second phase did not come as good news to a lot of people.
The scarlet bloom flowers once more. You will witness true horror. Now, rot.
Yeah. Stay away from the rot. All right, what she... Okay, there we go. All right, just have to watch out for her clone attack, and then... Oh, all right, she got a little close that time. I'll just take the opportunity to heal. All right. Oh, okay. She dodged mid stream. All right, can do this. Oh no. Okay. At least this attack gives you some free windows of attack. And she's down.
The mark of a true lord.
All right, so that's the first boss in this string down.
Dearest Nicola, my brother, I'm sorry. I finally met my match.
That's right. And defeating her actually gave me her great rune, so I'm just gonna go ahead and activate that real quick. I'm pretty much going to keep Morgott's Great Rune active for most of this. There's one boss where I think Melania's Great Rune will be useful. Alright, so let me change around some of my weapons, because I did say each boss I'm going to use a different weapon for. Let's go with this sword. Yeah, I think lightning resistance is what I'm going to need here. All right. Time to go fight a dragon. And crucially, I need to change my Flask of Wondrous Physic around. Alright, that was for dodge rolls. This is going to be for consecutive attacks. So, this sword right here has an interesting Ash of War, where if you do, you can make it spin for a bit, and the spinning builds up successive attack bonuses. So let me actually make sure I might actually replace my stamina with more attack bonus. So this talisman and this one boost power of successive attacks, as well as the Flask of Wondrous Physic thing that I have there. And this boosts my Ash of War. So these bonuses are going to stack up with each other to, you know, hopefully... I think stamina is good here. The idea is hopefully all these bonuses stacking on each other is going to make the power of this thing a lot better. All right. And interesting little detail that you just see dragons flying off in the distance there. So the area in the center of this tornado is supposed to be beyond time. So yeah, we're in the center of the storm beyond time, and here's the dragon at the center of it. I'll hold off on activating my flask until it gets to a second phase. All right. Oh, he moved his tail. All right. He'll stay stationary on the ground for the first phase of this, and then Then after you do enough damage, she'll start flying in the air. And you want to be careful with, because he can breathe fire all the way behind him. So I just attack and then get out of there. Uh-oh. All right. No! Didn't know he was gonna do that. All right, second phase starting. Now we gotta look for him because he's up here. There we go, in the storm cloud. Oh. All right, is he gonna do his fire? Nope. This light. Now comes his fire. So for this, you just have to stay out of range. So run behind him. All right, got an attack in. All right, here we go. All right, that somehow clips me. All right. Ooh. Oh. Just gotta stay out of range of that, I guess. That was close. Where'd he go? Hold on, I can't see him. All right, there he goes. Oh, no, 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 no. I'm too close to him. It's so hard to dodge that attack unless you somehow get very lucky and end up behind him. But that almost never happened. Alright, was kind of close when he appeared there. Alright, no chances. I'm just staying out of range. And here comes a nuke, basically. Now he's going nuclear. Yeah, that would have probably killed me in one hit. But now he's defeated. Okay. So that's two pretty difficult bosses without dying yet. I feel like going for an easier one. Relatively speaking, of course. Let's see. I'm actually going to be fighting an even tougher dragon during the stream. This crystal tier I just equipped is only useful for one boss fight in the entire game, and that's what I'm about to do now. I think stamina is going to help here. All right. Time to fight Moog. And actually, I don't need the the FP flask. Okay. I have 2 of this weapon, the Reduvia. They're just daggers, but if you dual wield them, you can slash pretty quickly, and they build up a good amount of blood loss. So if you want to inflict blood loss, this is the way to do it. They also have an interesting Ash of War where you can shoot a projectile that also inflicts blood loss, like that. And what I'm going to do here is this mask right here. It raises your attack power when there's blood loss nearby. And there's going to be plenty of blood loss because this guy is literally called the Lord of Blood for a reason. I know stamina is important, but also I'm going to stack this with the mask effect, which is this also raises attack power when blood loss occurs in the vicinity. And the thing is, when it says in the vicinity, it can refer to your enemies or it can refer to your own blood loss. So he's called the Lord of Blood, which means he basically, there's basically going to be blood everywhere. Blood coming from him, blood coming from me, just blood everywhere. So a bonus like this is really going to help. And what's funny is, so if you ever feel like, you don't contribute enough to your job, I'm going to show you something. See this big lake of blood down there? It's the whole surface there is completely covered in blood. And the boss I'm about to fight is the Lord of Blood, who uses blood-based attacks, such as flinging his own fiery blood at you, causing blood to burst from your character. So basically lots and lots of blood everywhere here. Well, someone actually at From Software made an option to toggle off the display of blood. And if I do that, pretty much nothing changes. So yeah, they built in a way to censor blood in the game, except for the literal lake of blood and the literal Lord of Blood here. Other than that, they found a way to censor blood in this game. All right. Use that. And I'm just going to try to kill him as quickly as possible using blood loss. So this attack he's doing is completely unavoidable, but the crystal tier I used sort of mitigates it. You see it's healing him and doing damage to me. It's a totally unavoidable attack. The only way to avoid it is to basically kill him quickly before we can do it. But this purifying crystal tier I have equipped, it significantly mitigates the effect of this attack. Otherwise, this would be a very devastating attack. Okay. That's another boss down. So yeah, let's do that. I'll try this one. All right. Okay, this is an interesting weapon here. Let me just, all right. Have a talisman to boost guarding ability. Stamina is going to be important to this, so I'll keep that one. Enhances guard counters, okay. put on some fire resistance. All right. And then after this guy, I'll try the other dragon fight. So this is what's called a thrusting shield. It's both offense and defense. It's not particularly good at either one of them, but the combination can be helpful. So basically, the idea is it's not as good as some of the other shields, nor is it as good as some of the other swords at doing either role. But the idea is you can block and attack at the same time. And interesting, like, you know, the blocking is only good if it's an overhead swing, but since you crouch down and angle the shield, you can pretty much avoid a lot of attacks this way while also getting some damage in. Very interesting weapon. What do I have? Okay. Cool. Oh man, I got grabbed. Oh, and actually, I realized something. Let me actually run away from this guy real quick, because that madness thing actually made me realize I need to equip this. Vastly raises focus. So yeah, that should help me out with the madness. Let me just cure that real quick. There we go. All right, let's... This first phase is easy, it's just... Ooh. All right, now comes the second phase. And this is where the shield, this thrusting shield is really gonna come in handy.
I ask you forgive me, dearest Maya.
And yeah, this is going to take his head off along with the sword. I go into the lore and all this, and like the story behind all this, in my original Elden Ring stream. I'm not going to get into it this time because this is just the boss rush challenge. But yeah, his head came off with the sword. But that's okay because, yeah, he's the Lord of Frenzied Flame now. So I put that talisman on last minute for protection against madness because he inflicts madness. So yeah, this thrusting shield is really good for guard counters. Ah, okay. Sort of mistimed that. That's fine. Okay, yeah, that... Alright, not doing that well right now. Hold on, hold on. Alright, now we'll deal with them. Oh, okay. Did not see him about to do that. All right, when his sword's flaming like this, I need to just dodge rather than block. All right, this is actually not going as well as I hoped. So my shield will not protect me from madness buildup, which is why I'm dodging when I see his sword on fire. All right, now I know to... All right, this is actually not going well. And I have one more healing flask. Come on, give me a critical. Huh. I need to rethink the talismans I have. Okay. The problem is I got stuck in a healing loop at the very beginning, so it used up a lot of my flask. All right, let's reevaluate the talismans I have. I can probably replace the stamina thing with flame protection. Not very good flame protection. Even the max level talisman there only gives you 22% damage reduction, but it's better than nothing. Yeah, I'll just... Not taking chances with this guy, alright. Easy. Alright. There we go. A stagger. Heal when I have an opportunity. Alright. Okay, got a little bit too carried away there. Ah, there we go. Oh, okay, okay. I need to heal. There we go. Oh, he's doing his madness stuff. Okay. Okay, good. Dodged all that. All right. Ah, his sword's still on fire. Nope. Ah, okay, okay. He's really did a lot of damage there. There we go. All right. There we go. Okay. All right, let's go fight another dragon now. This one's actually gonna be a really big challenge. So we'll see how that goes. I think stamina is gonna be important here. Okay, where's, all right. I'll put on both fire and lightning protection because this dragon uses both. And I'm actually using 2 curved swords that are both Wing of Estelle. So this is actually a good weapon for magic focused characters. So if you're using like a spellcaster build, but you want a melee option as like a backup, this is really helpful because this does magic damage. If you do a charged heavy attack, you can shoot projectiles. And since I'm dual wielding, let's see. Yeah, okay. And these charged projectiles don't cost any FP to use at all. Or just uncharged will do 1 projectile. But the biggest benefit of this is this Ash of War Nebula. It takes a few seconds to charge up to do it, but you lay down like a wide arc and that explodes after a second or so. And you can change direction with it too. So I can start casting here and then turn around and cast it behind me. So I can do like, so it's good for catching people off guard. But yeah, I'm gonna use it against the dragon. And I'll also show the weapon that the game wants you to use. So the game really hints that you should be using this, the Dragon Hunter's Great Katana. It actually does bonus damage against dragons. So it's a really good weapon if you're fighting dragons. Pretty much any dragon except Placiduous Axe is going to be weak to it. They also want you to summon Egon to help you out with the fight. They even go so far as to put a summon sign in the arena so it doesn't boost this dragon's health at all. So they really want to give you these tools to help you out because this is a tough fight. I'm not going to be using these tools. I'm going to be using a different weapon, no summons or anything like that, no spells. So it's going to be a little bit tougher here. I'm going to put on this tier to increase my magic damage. But if you're using a spell, like a spell build, I'll show you if the 2 things you're going to probably want to use. So if you're using a sorcery focused build, so if you're leveling up your intelligence, this is a spell you want to use, Shard Spiral, against this dragon. If you're a faith build though, and you're using incantations instead of sorceries, then the one you want to use is this, Pest Threat Spears. Both these spells will do a lot of damage to this dragon and end the fight very quickly. But since this is a challenge run, I'm not using spells, so I'm going to do this the hard way. So, and one before I go, let me switch my flask around because I'm going to be using FP this fight. All right, allocate flask charges. There we go. All right, do I have everything? All right. And let's do this. Where is he? Okay, there's the dragon. He's so fast too, like that. So that's the challenge with this nebula, is it takes a moment to cast, but by the time it goes off, he could be somewhere else. Like both my attacks just now missed because he's just he can move so quickly. But his broken leg here is one of his weak points. If you want to do the most damage, you want to aim for his leg stump or his head. But yeah, see how quickly he can jump back and swing his tail? And this fire sweep is hard to dodge. Oh no, he grabbed me. You really have to dodge his grab at just the last second. All right, dodge that time. And be prepared to run away because he likes to breathe fire directly underneath him that spreads out in all directions. Oh, you thought he could get me that time? Oh, he really just damaged me by roaring? Oh. Literally his roar did damage. Alright, dodge the grab that time. Now, sort of a hit and run attack here, just cast the nebula and then run out of there because of his fire. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, here it... Now things are getting serious. Now he can fly. Oops. Yeah, he likes lots of explosions. Uh-oh, where'd he go? I hate when a giant dragon disappears on me and I don't know where he's at. He's pretty stealthy for a dragon. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Managed to avoid that giant blast somehow. Oh. Oh no. Oh wow. You really had to dodge that just the last second. Come on. Oh, how'd that hit me? All right. Took a chance there. Not worth the payoff. Whoa. Whoa, that did most of my health in one blast. Oh. Oh no, he's gone again. There he is. Okay, just explosions everywhere, I guess. Yep, that's what we're doing. We're just, everything's gonna explode now. I'm out of healing flask, and I'm out of FP flask, so yeah. Oh. Alright, it's a little bit unfair how I can just go to the other side of the arena and immediately be breathing fire. Well, it does seem like 2 FP flask is the right amount for this. I think I have a good loadout here. Maybe I should delay when I drink the flask. The Wondrous Physic, I mean. And take a few less chances, I guess. All right. Whoa. Yep. At least I'm good at dodging his tail attack. Not so much that direct fire blast, though. Oh. Whoa. In all the Souls games, they've had a lot of difficult dragons that do stuff like this, but this is by far the most difficult dragon fight in any of these games. Whoa. I can't even heal because he's so fast. He can cross the arena instantly. And if I do get underneath him, I get a chance for like one quick attack and then I have to immediately run. Yeah, things are not going well right now. All right. Oh. Ah. I hate this attack. It's hard to see. It's hard to see where it's landing, so it's hard to know exactly when to dodge. Something this big should not be this fast. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Can't see him. All right. Full FP now. And I'm stuck underneath him. And he's doing this again. All right, all right. I don't know why I'm not able to dodge that sweep all of a sudden. I used to be able to. It's still possible to win this. Nope. Possible, but not likely. I'm stuck. I got stuck in a corner there. Couldn't get away. So yeah, when I said these were some of the most difficult bosses in this challenge run, this is what I mean. Maybe this is not the best weapon to use, but I'm sort of committed to it now. We'll keep at this for a bit. Okay, maybe I can do some head attacks when he does that sort of thing. All right, good start. His fire breath can have a pretty good range. All right. And I'm stuck underneath them, but that's fine. I can get away. Problem with this fight is you can't really see much. I think triggering his downward flame attack is a nope, 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 nope. All right. Oh no, I shouldn't have waited till. Oh wow. Come on. Oh, too fast. Come on. I need to refill my flask. What is that? What is he doing? Oh no, no. Okay. Got out of the range in time. Dodge that, okay. I wish I could get a stagger somehow. I haven't staggered him once yet. And I got stuck on his tail. But I'm doing a good job as far as flask preservation. Alright. Play it safe. Okay. That was mean. He didn't breathe fire where I was. He saw the direction I was running to and breathed fire directly ahead of me. This is a clever dragon. Alright, he's doing this again. Oh good, I dodged a sweep this time. Alright. Oh no, this could go badly. Alright, full health again. Alright, dodge that. What is he doing? He really likes these big explosions. Can't see. I get. All right. So hard to dodge at just the right time for that. Because if you dodge too early, he'll still grab you. All right. Nope, my nebula completely missed there. I wish she would stop doing that. Can't attack him if he just keeps flying up in the air every time I cast. Oh, he's almost dead. Just have to not get really damaged. All right. Come on. I can do this. Nope, maybe not. Got him. Legend failed. All right. Let's go find a humanoid enemy this time. Wow, not even Melania gave me as much trouble as that dragon did. Let's see. Looking for what I should equip here. Okay. Yeah, why not? Actually, you know what? She does, this boss does physical, magic, and fire damage, but the fire is easiest to dodge, so I'm going to do physical and magic protection. Okay, so this weapon here looks like a lizard, right? And in my left, so I'm going to be using two weapons for this fight. In my right hand, the lizard greatsword, and in my left hand, the deadly poison perfume bottle. So yeah, with my left hand, I can like basically throw poison gas at her. And in my right hand, this would normally be a regular sword that if you do a heavy attack, it shoots a dart out at him. But I gave this a poison affinity, so it does, this sword actually, if you give poison affinity, it builds up poison a lot. It says 160 units of poison buildup here, which is an insane amount. Poison is like it's the lesser form of Scarlet Rot in this game. So Scarlet Rot has always overshadowed poison as a status element. However, this boss is weak to poison, and I gave this an Ash of War called the Poison Flower Blooms twice. And what that does is, if you use it on an enemy that's afflicted with either poison or Scarlet Rot, it'll cure them of that condition instantly, but it'll also do a ton of damage to them. So that's what I'm counting on. That's my strategy here is between my greatsword that shoots darts and for close up, my poison perfume bottle that also builds up poison. The idea is to repeatedly poison her and then use this Ash of War to do a ton of damage to her and just repeat the process. That's the plan anyway. We'll see how well it plays out. All right. And you can summon help for this, but that's part of the challenge run. I'm not going to summon help. And okay, yeah, I have... What about my flask? Yeah, I don't need the magic tier anymore, so let me change that out. I'll do the... I'll do this. All right, here we go. Oh, okay. She's pretty good dodging. But the range on this is pretty good. All right, she's been poisoned, as you can see with the green clouds. So now she's free of poison, but it did a lot of damage. And now that she's free of poison, I can poison her again and just keep doing that. Yep. Whoa. Okay, she does a lot of damage here, even with the protection I have. Okay, she's very fast. She jumps around like Melania, pretty much. But she's not nearly as difficult as Melania. Wow. She has some long combos. Ah. Okay, here comes her twin moon attack. Ah, okay. Wow. And she just can chase you around the room so quickly. And she's not getting poisoned now. I've been... There we go. All right, one more good attack should do it. If I can get an attack in. There we go. All right. Time to change weapons yet again. Let's do holy protection on this. All right. Time to fight Malakath. So I thought I was making pretty good time on this, but that Dragon Bale gave me a lot of trouble. All right, let's do this. Time for Malakath. Out of range. Okay. All right, I need to get some space to heal. There we go. Got some damage in. So yeah, this sword is pretty cool. It charges with this Ash of War, and you can press the button to follow up with an explosion. Oh, I should have buffed my magic damage, actually. Because this has magic damage. Alright, how did that miss? Alright, I need to run away, heal, and refill my flask. All right. Nice. Okay, I thought I was out of range of that. All right. Okay, here we go. Ah, parried him. You can parry him when this blade turns gold. Oh! Okay, that did way too much damage. But it didn't, for some reason, didn't apply the damage over time effect, which is nice. All right, let me just... Oh, he went right through the column. Okay, this is bad. Very bad. Okay, I just need one more hit on him. Got him. This is a cool sword. Probably not the best weapon to use against such a fast enemy, though. All right, what can I do now? I'll give the Fire Knight's Greatsword a try now. What do I have equipped? Okay. I'm gonna buff my fire damage here. I know this boss likes to use lightning attacks, so I'll keep my lightning negation up. So yeah, I'm using the Fire Knight's Greatsword with the Flame Spear Ash of War equipped to it. Alright, let's do this. Okay. Wasn't expecting him to just breathe on me like that. The cool thing about this Ash of War is after you use it, it applies fire to your sword. And since my flask is already buffing fire damage, it'll also buff this. Yeah, good thing I applied lightning resistance talisman. All right, let's do this. All right, my sword's a little slow, but yeah, getting some hits in. Alright, one more hit should do it, taunt him. Okay, but he just threw a tornado at me, so that's nice. Got him. All right, few more bosses to go. So this is an interesting weapon called Euphoria, and it's a twin blade, and the way it works is when you keep doing damage with it, at consecutive hits, like in quick succession, will start making the blade glow. And as it keeps glowing, you can then unleash the power and like this beam like that. So yeah, that's pretty good on its own. But I also have a second Euphoria. Now the way this boss moves, I don't know if I'm gonna actually be able to unleash that beam or not. Because he's so fast and aggressive that I might not even have time to use the beam. But even if I don't, the blade attacks alone should be pretty good at defeating him. All right, this time I'll boost holy damage. And with 2 twin blades, you can get some quick succession in, but you can also, if you do a jump attack, if it's a big enough enemy and you angle it just right, you can get 6 hits per jump attack. And actually, since I'll be using jump attacks, let me go ahead and equip this. The Claw Talisman buffs your jump attacks. All right, now this boss is extremely aggressive. Oh. All right, I didn't see him there. Okay. This is one of those chains where once you get caught in it, there's nothing much you can do. So yeah, that's what I mean by this boss being extremely aggressive. I should probably just wait for him to do his charge. Ah, okay. Completely missed that because he's so fast. All right. Got some damage in that time. He's one of the few bosses that are actually weak to holy. So yeah, this weapon's pretty good against them if you can manage to land a hit. Ah, okay. His horse keeps giving him backup. Alright. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be able to use to charge up that beam to use against him. There's just no way that's going to happen. Okay. Oh, okay. It comes from all around. And I got frostbite. All right, we're doing this again. Ah. Okay. All right. That was actually kind of annoying. All right. I said I'm using different weapons each time, so let's try something interesting now. Okay, I want this, okay. Let me get holy damage negation and physical damage negation. So this is the Bolts of Grandsax. It's a spear, but you can also throw lightning bolts with it. You know what? Actually, this whole time, I haven't really been using my great runes. I could have made this. Actually, I could have made all this a lot easier if I just remembered to use great runes. Like I specifically unlocked Melania's great runes, like he used against Midra, and then I completely forgot to use it against Midra. Oh no, that's not where I want. Okay, this is where I want to go. Nope, that's not actually. This is where I want to go. Okay. This map can be a little disorienting. Okay. And since this boss is in water, my light is already weak to lightning, but since it's in water, it's going to be even more weak to it. And I'll change my flask around to boost lightning damage even further. All right, well, let's do this. Yeah, it's a hippo. Oh, okay, a fast hippo. And it's also a hybrid porcupine too, because why not? It's a hippo porcupine hybrid. And it'll be easier if if everything is stuck in a corner like that. There we go. Finally free from a corner. Okay. Couldn't recover stamina enough in time to dodge. All right, can't see now. Nice. All right, let's try something else now. With Midra, I kind of did a few guard counters, but this is gonna take guard counters to the next level actually. So let me just equip my, okay, enhances guard counters. You always want to look at how the different bonuses can stack up with each other. And since I wasn't going to be using any spells this stream, I'm also not using buffing spells, so I have to look for buffs to my stats other ways. Okay. Stamina, guard counter, physical damage reduction, and guarding ability. So this Black Steel Great Hammer right here, Further holy imbuement will amplify the effect and greatly increase the armament's power. Guard counters cause a burst of power. That's actually something I haven't done yet on this, is give this holy affinity. Yeah, right now it's just a regular hammer, so let me give it holy affinity here. Prayerful strike. All right. Cool. So now his guard counter should be even more powerful. So the idea is block and then guard counter. And the enemy I'm going to test this out on is here. So I think 3 more bosses, including this one, to go for this challenge run. All right. Let me check my flask. Okay, I want to replace lightning with holy. There we go. This boss's charge is so difficult to dodge. Yeah, you have to dodge through it at just the last second. Oh, okay. So I'm playing a little passively here, but that's... I kind of have to. There, got it. Guard counter in. All right. That did a little bit more damage to me than I was wanting, but okay. Okay, now time to run. He's gonna use gravity magic. Alright, I just keep not gonna be able to see anything, I guess. So yeah, I'm just doing guard counters here. Doesn't give me enough time to really run around. But yeah, he is gone. All right. All right, for this next boss, I think I'll also use 2 weapons. So they're both katanas. They're also some of the most infamous weapons in the game, in PvP especially. People who play this game love to complain about these weapons, so I'm going to use them. All right, I want fire resistance and yeah. And even though they're different weapons, since I'm power stancing them, I can use a unique moveset. So the weapon on my right hand is Moonbell. If you're also, this is like Wing of Estelle, if you're a intelligence build, you're primarily a magic damage user. This weapon is really good because it does magic damage, and it's a melee option. Its Ash of War is interesting. You take a stance, and since this is a stance-based Ash of War, is buffed by Rolato's cameo talisman. But if you do a light attack from here, you do a horizontal slash. But the more damaging one, especially for stance breaking, is the vertical slash. In my left hand, I have Rivers of Blood, which does good blood loss buildup, especially if you use this Ash of War, because this gives it some range, and these bloody slashes that extend outwards will build up blood loss pretty quickly. This weapon has actually been nerfed several times, so it's not nearly as powerful as it once was, but it still does all right. All right, so this is going to be the next to the last boss. And this guy's resistant to holy damage, so let me actually replace that with the magic tier. And let's see, do I have everything? Yes, okay. He likes to do a lot of follow-up explosions to his attacks. You have to just sort of get the timing right by muscle memory to know when to dodge the follow-up explosions. And some of his stab attacks have a much bigger range than you would expect. Okay. All right, now I need to get some distance here. Ah. And what you really want to avoid is this grab attack, because that will almost basically, depending on your health, can kind of one-shot you. All right, this is not... Yeah, his range is just insane. Alright, well, not going well. Yeah, who needs to see? Ah, thought I... There we go. Phase 2. I haven't used my Rivers of Blood yet on this. Ah, rolled too early. Come on. There we go. All right, got some blood loss on him. And finally a stagger when he has like one hit remaining. Finally. All right. Last boss to go. This one's gonna be pretty tough actually, so let me make sure I have everything I want for this one. Where's... Okay. There's an item I can get to help mitigate the effect of one really dangerous attack, but I actually don't have it, so I don't want to go out and get it, so I'll have to make do without it. All right, yeah, stance break is good. Let me just put this with Iron Lion's Claw. So yeah, this is the Bloodfiend's Blood Arm. People could just call it the chicken leg. It looks kind of ridiculous, but it's pretty good. Let's see. Oh, I actually don't need FP for this, so let me just put everything into health. Nah, I can use a little bit of FP. All right, this is gonna be another tough one. let's see how this goes.
My loyal blade and champion of the festival. Both your deeds will ever be praised in song. Now, the vow will be honored, and my lord brother's soul will return, so that he may be my consort.
Things can go wrong very quickly in this fight. He does a lot of damage, and I'm not going to use my Flask of Wondrous Physic until the second phase, so I can... whoa. Because it only lasts for 3 minutes. Oh. All right, second phase, here we go. Second phase is a lot harder than the first phase. Especially because you can't see, and especially because you have to stay right up close to him or else you get hit by all these light beams.
Lord brother, at long last you are returned. Tarnished one, aspiring lord of the old order. If you have known sin, if you grieve for this world, then yield the path forward to us. To I, Nicola, and my promised consort, Radahn.
All right, here comes the really tough part. No! Wasn't expecting a follow-up like that. Tried to do a critical attack on him, but it didn't. I guess because I was behind him, it didn't work. Whoa. Almost got caught in that explosion. Oh no. Here comes the attack I dread the most. Okay. Time for him to become a meteor now. Wow, okay. Okay. I guess that was not a safe window for attack from me right there. Got him. Got a little closer at the end because I saw how low his health was, and I was like, too much lost patience there, and decided to try to get this over with fast, and it almost made me lose. But got him first try, so okay. So yeah, this was a pretty good challenge run. Used different weapons for every single boss fight. Didn't use any summons, any spells. So yeah, some of them took a few tries, especially Bale, but a lot of them got first try. And I think I hit on pretty much all the really infamous bosses from the base game and the DLC. Not going to do every single one of them, obviously, because there's a lot of bosses in this game, but I did some of the really iconic bosses here. So yeah, a lot of these gave me more trouble at first in my first playthrough, especially Melania. Melania and this guy, Consort Radon, both took hundreds of attempts my first time. But that's the thing. It's like the game is all about getting better, right? So in a lot of games, you level up your character. Well, in this game, you also level up yourself as the player by building skills and overcoming challenges. And that's really the point of this game, where when it seems like the odds are impossible, you just have to keep trying and keep finding ways to overcome the challenge, and that's what makes the victory so fun when you finally do win. Is because you overcame a pretty significant challenge, and this game really knows how to throw significant challenges at you. But one challenge to overcome is familiarity. So in a lot of playthroughs, what I've done in the past is I'll stick to using Blasphemous Blade. I would try to get the Blasphemous Blade as soon as possible, and basically just have this weapon carry me through the entire game as soon as I can get it. And for giant bosses like Bale and all that, I'll use Pest Threads. So yeah, so this is my main build for most playthroughs. And when I decided to branch out before, I would branch out with my reliable Bloodhound's Fang weapon. But the point of this challenge run was to just experiment with different weapons and play styles, and you never know. You might find something that works pretty well for the situation you're in. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bring this stream to an end, and it'll be November before I'm actually able to stream again, most likely. Haven't decided quite yet what game to play, what game to stream in November. I'm leaning towards Astrobot, though. So yeah, whichever game it is, though, see you then. Bye for now.